right, what is up guys? I am They Coming and welcome to today's live video on YouTube. Today is going to be an interesting one. We have two Town Hall 12 attacks to show off for your viewing pleasure today, and this is going to be sort of a clinic in a certain way. I have two completely different bases to show. One is flawed horribly and one is just plain weird. So we're going to talk about why you should not build your base in certain ways, and also explain how I was able to take down a particularly strange layout that honestly I'd never seen anything like it in a war before, and honestly spent a little bit too much time planning the attack. So anyways, let's go ahead and go over here to this one. We're going to be looking at number 1 here, and this is going to be the flawed base. So we'll start with the flawed base, and the second base that we show with the replay is going to be the weird base. Here's the flawed base. Now, just for those of you who maybe don't know as much about the game, this base has a lot of problems with it. Primarily, he's giving me so much value, all concentrated in one spot. Also, in this base building meta, putting your town hall in the center of the base is typically considered to be a really, really bad move, because you're essentially giving that attacker a free path to the core of your base. Compound that with the fact that he's got a lot of high value stuff surrounding it. He's got 3 bows, he's got a bunch of splash towers, he's got all of his heroes that are going to be in the path of this massive kill squad. This is a very poor design. Oftentimes you're wanting to keep your queen away from your town hall, you're wanting to keep your town hall away from your eagle, but this guy, the Great, has not made such a great base, and it's very easy to march him down right here. So let's go ahead and play the replay. And you guys know that typically I really don't like using Bow Witch, but given the layout here, given the fact that he's put everything in a direct path for a record just to bring everything in and basically blow the base up from the inside out, this was really a no-brainer to choose this particular strategy here. And in most cases in our competitive wars, we would not, I repeat, would not be using an attack like this, because bases are not built like this on a competitive level. So the wrecker's in, bowlers and witches were set to funnel, giants are coming in. I decided to drop an early heal spell basically to keep these giants juicy. So after we encounter the CC, after we counter the town hall, we're still going to have some tanks in front of the bowlers. We rage up, we're pushing through, I'm waiting for the last possible second. Eagle shots start to rain down, I warden then, and we push in for the town hall. It dies pretty much immediately. And now the queen is going to be pegging off these dragons. I dropped the poison actually very, very late. Probably did not need to do so, but look at how much damage we've done to this base yet. We're up to 57% of the base taken. There is 57 seconds left in the raid, and that's really out of 2 total minutes. It only took 2 minutes to take this base down. And we've basically taken out really the most valuable stuff in this base. There's only one more high value compartment, and that's going to be the one up here. Check out how we deal with that. So the heal spell, the second heal spell is down basically to continuously juice up these giants. The first jump also is bridging all that stuff in. A second jump leading us up to that Inferno Tower compartment. And at this point I got a little bit worried because my king wasn't heading that direction, but the bowlers clear that archer tower and king comes here. Now I'll pause right now. We see the giants jump the wall. The giants trip the giant bomb. Knowing that these giants are about to die and there's a single target Inferno right here, it is of the utmost importance that we pop the king ability early. Now the reason for this is we want those barbarians to come out. We want the barbarians to tank for the king. We don't want the single to lock onto that king, and he's going to very easily handle the single target Inferno, turn also handle the bomb tower, and immediately we've basically cleared the base. The queen with the ability in hand, witches on both sides of the ring, bowlers still inside the base, and king is tanking. It ends up being a 3-star. So the biggest thing to take away from this one is when you're building a base, you do not want to offer the attacker the town hall, the queen, the eagle, the CC, an Inferno Tower, the king, the warden, 3 bows. There's so much right here for a wrecker just to plow right into and bring a massive kill squad in. People will bow witch you over and over and over if you build your base like this. All right, so now let's move on. And thank you to the people who are watching the live video here. It looks like we have Azroth and Rumaldo Morales. Hello guys, what's up? Azroth's a moderator for me on the YouTube streams and also on Twitch, so shout out to him. Anyways, let's look at number 3. This is the weird base. So I can't say that I've seen a base like this one in one of our wars really ever. This is very, very strange. He's prioritizing protecting his Eagle artillery. But when he prioritizes this, he weakens the rest of his base. So let's go ahead and just start this thought process, because this took me actually probably about 30 to 40 minutes to actually talk through with some of my teammates and also on that live stream. Anyways, right here we have the Town Hall, and I did scout this with my Town Hall 10. We had plenty of extra attacks. We crushed this clan, Balu Khan Society. They were not very good, and a lot of their bases at the Town Hall 10 level were absolutely abysmal. And then some of these bases up top were kind of weird and actually ended up tripping up a couple of our guys. But we were able to take this one down on the first 12v12 attempt, and that was mine. By his Town Hall, I thought, you know what, he's probably got something. You know, that Town Hall sitting right there with those Royals. I think this defender is probably trying to make it very, very difficult for me to take that star right there. So during my scout, I dropped 2 loons here, and I reveal 3 Teslas and a bunch of air traps. So I know that trying to start right there is probably not a good thing. Also, a viewer did ask me, hey TC, why don't you just put your king here, let your king take out the Town Hall? Even at level 60, that level 60 king cannot compete with 3 Teslas, the queen DPS, the king DPS, and the Town Hall DPS. That is going to be a lot of damage, and even for a level 60 king, being max, being so tanky himself, he's not going to be able to take that down. So I thought, okay, well, there's absolutely no way that we attack there with some kind of suicide hero. We're going to try to use the king elsewhere. The next thing that came to my mind is that eagle in the center of the base would be very annoying if we launched our massive attack and that eagle was just firing down for the entire thing. So I thought the best way to handle this eagle artillery is to do a queen charge. So we dropped the queen right here at this mortar, and the idea is to get the queen to go into this sort of pathway and go right at that eagle. But it's not that easy because we're going to have this single target Inferno sort of tagging onto the queen and then eventually roasting her off. So we have to do something about this single. So then the question becomes, how am I going to do that? I decide, you know what, we're going to put a wrecker down, put this wrecker up against this wall, get it to go in here towards this Inferno tower, and allow some Valkyries to come out and just take it for free. We're not going to use a rage on it. It's 1 point defense. That's the only thing that we really want here. The point is, as long as we funnel the queen and we take out that Inferno tower, she's going to wreak havoc onto the core of this base. Also, the CC will come out at that same time. That will be dealt with. And we know that it's a double dragon, so using a queen charge here is a very good idea. Queen charging against double dragon is actually very, very easy because with a poison spell, 2 dragons, they just don't really hang on very well. Jeffrey Javier, we missed you. Oh, you missed me, dude. No, I'm on Twitch every single day. Just find me on Twitch. All right, so anyways, yeah, so then the question becomes, after we do this queen charge, which is how I'm going to take down the eagle, what's the back end going to be? And I'm looking at the pathing for a lot of this stuff, and I'm thinking using Hog Riders would be tricky because they're going to have to sort of bounce around this ring and then go in, but really, are they going to go for the bows, or are they going to run the ring and then go for this and then run this ring? So I thought, you know what? Electro Dragons, they're big, they're beefy, they're tanky, and I think that they can get the job done. So the queen's going to run in here. She's going to take this out, be funneling the interior of the base, have the opportunity to take out this eagle artillery, some sweepers, and however many air defenses she makes it to. And then for this side, I decided, okay, well, I want to start my Electro Dragons on the other side because I basically used the queen walk to funnel one side for that purpose. So let's just funnel up here and then try to push Electro Dragons into the expos. That goes off very, very well. And then up at the top side, as the Electro Dragons progress here, there's still the danger of these Electro Dragons wanting to go around this ring, and we don't want that to happen. So we have to use our king here with a wizard to cut that funnel. Let's watch the attack. It goes off very, very nicely. The point is, guys, when you see something weird like this, you need to be objective focused. You need to understand that when you're trying to take down a base, there's certain points of interest that you need to have a plan for. For example, at Town Hall 12 or even Town Hall 11, the Eagle Artillery can be a very damaging defense if you don't have a plan to take it out. Also, the CC with this entry right here is going to be taken out, so we're completing 2 of those missions with our queen to start the raid. And finally, the Town Hall kill and the Royal kill, this being stacked down here, the Electro Dragons are the perfect troop to take that out as they end the raid here. So, as you can see, the queen charge was successful. The Valks did take out that Inferno tower just like I wanted. And the baby dragon to set the funnel for the queen on the bottom side. She goes to the core, and she's going to have a nice, easy path to victory, eventually taking on this Eagle Artillery. Now, I use the Air Warden here because the Air Warden is going to be necessary for the Town Hall kill. But as you can see, the pathing here is set, and it's looking very, very juicy. The Electro Dragons have their work cut out for them. The King at the top to set that side of the funnel. The Queen is cutting the interior of the funnel, and it's going to be juicy, baby. So there we go, Rage down. Dragons do kind of curve up to the top side here, just a little bit. It's not going to be that big of a deal, but there's the freeze going to protect that Electro Dragon a little bit longer. Now, I still think we end up losing one of the Electro Dragons here, but it's not that big of a deal. Guys, look at the Queen. She's still going. Her healers are enough. She's pushing through this, and now we're down to, it looks like 3 Electro Dragons, and still going strong. Queen ability will be forced out now, going to get even more value there. But look, Rage and heal left for the Electro Dragons, plus Warden ability. It's going to be a juicy one, boys. So I'm waiting. I see the red mine trip onto that Warden. I think I'm going to pop Warden right now. I'm pretty sure if I hadn't done that, that Warden would have died in the face of that unfortunate Expo lock-on. So I Rage heal the same spot. Check out these Electro Dragons. Splashy, splashy, smashy, smashy. Electro Dragon Rage Nerd. There we go. It's going to be a triple. So yeah, guys, unusual bases, really, you just apply the same principles that you do to attacking, you know, what you would consider to be a meta base, you know, something that is more normal, I guess. It falls in line with normal base building norms. Normal base building norms. Wow, that was repetitive. But anyways, yeah, you look at the bases the exact same way. You don't completely change your thought process just because you see something that looks totally weird. At the different Town Hall levels, there's certain important things that you need to accomplish with a kill squad, with a suicide hero entry, whatever you're going to open the attack with. You have to accomplish certain goals, and you have to have a plan for dealing with each major threat. In the case of Town Hall 12, potential single target infernos that would stop a queen charge for this base. We took care of one. The Eagle Artillery, which will just crap on any attack in general, the Queen took out that. The Town Hall and the heroes, the Electro Dragons took out that. The funneling was really the key to this whole thing, and that's what you guys need to remember. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this live video on YouTube. Hopefully this helps you out in your future war attacks. Take care, and I'll see you later.